Well, hello everybody. Welcome, welcome. Greetings to you. How's everybody doing? Welcome back. Omo, please, oh my, we got my. I hope everyone in California, in Los Angeles, is safe. Everybody's doing well. This is crazy. What's going on is crazy. There's a huge fire going on in Los Angeles, and they don't even know how it started. They don't know how everything started, so everybody's been talking about it. you know um it's been crazy. I mean, looking at the fires and everything, it's really been crazy. So far, I know two people that have been affected, and these are areas that are like, you know uh, high end. Pacific Palisades is like, that's where a lot of the Hollywood stars live in, right? Ventura County, I hear it's gotten to Ventura County, and it's spreading. Um, Man, this is rough. I don't even know where to start from, to be honest with you. I really don't know. It's really sad what's going on. I don't know. I'm praying and I'm hoping that it's not bad. I mean, it doesn't get worse than it already is. A lot of people have been informed to evacuate. At least somebody I know, they just received a note to evacuate from their houses. Right? It's gotten to Santa Monica as well, and it keeps spreading. I don't know if they've been able to contain it, because as at yesterday, it was tough getting it contained, at least. you know it was really hard for them to contain it. There were animals that were displaced, people have been displaced, people's properties, everything is gone. There was one actor, I don't know if you guys know James Wood. James Wood was crying on national TV because he lost his entire house. Even what's this girl's name? Gina Yashere, the comedian that was based in the UK but moved to America. Her house is gone also. So many people have lost their homes. And guess what? Months before, the insurance company sent a notice to everybody that had insurance under them, canceling their fire insurance. So they're not going to get anything for for what the fires have done so far. They're not going to get anything. So all the houses that have been burned to the ground, that's it. You're not getting anything. There's no compensation. Nothing is coming to you. It's loss. It's loss. There was a video of somebody I saw, and the guy was thanking his home. Like, thank you for giving me peace while I was, living here. Thank you. It's sad that we have to part. I was like, wow. So everybody, they're different. People are reacting differently to different ways, differently to what's going on with the fires in California. It's really bad. The place looks like somewhere that a war took place. Do you understand? Completely burned to the ground, completely. And it's mostly expensive areas in Los Angeles. My heart goes out to the people that have lost their homes one way or the other, that have been affected. You know, they keep getting people to evacuate their homes as the fire gets closer and closer to the homes of certain people. They keep evacuating. So it really, I don't know, it's sad. And a funny thing is, the way fires are in here in California, man, it moves very fast. So once a fire starts, it just keeps spreading and spreading and spreading. There's no, there's no the containment. I don't know whether the speed at which the fire starts, it doesn't stop. It just keeps going on and on and on. It doesn't stop at all. It just keeps spreading and spreading and spreading. So I don't know. It's really sad. It really is sad. I have quite a number of friends in Los Angeles, and I'm hoping that I've reached out to some of them. I still haven't been able to get in touch with some of my friends, but I'm hoping they're not really affected, because I know people who live around that area. Um, Let me see if I can play. So there are a lot of cars that were consumed in the process. A lot of hi. Now wow. Man, let me share this video. This is crazy. This is really crazy. They said they're still investigating. They don't know how it really started. They don't have any information of on how it started and all. So they're still investigating. I don't know. It's crazy. Oh, I know we lie to now. It's kind of I say now, wow, and I like this. Can you guys hear it? Okay, wait.
Through our best, and please stay safe today. What is the latest?
Yeah, guys, thank you. Well, I'm standing in Pacific Palisades, and I turned very quickly because I just heard part of this home collapse behind me, and you see it is on fire, unfortunately, as so many different neighborhoods are here and in ruin. Frankly, over 17,000 acres have already burned down to the ground, and 5 people have lost their lives, unfortunately. There are 5 fires right now that are burning, down from 7, so at least we have a sigh of good news, though all of this is very active as we speak right now, unfortunately. In fact, fire departments have been going up and down this road here in the middle of the night. Remember, it's in the 1 a.m. hour, and they have been dousing homes like this that are full of fire and embers. Thankfully, the winds have died down, though when the light comes up, those winds will activate again. We won't see 100-mile-an-hour wind gusts like we saw in the past 48 hours, but any kind of spurt or breeze, if that will ignite these embers here on homes and even on the ground. The Pacific Coast Highway is about 2 blocks down or 3 blocks down this hill. And that is Malibu to the north. And we know what those images that we have seen, just absolutely destructive. And guys, we landed here into LAX yesterday evening, not expecting a new fire to start, but indeed the Sunset Fire began, and we made our way very quickly. That is in the Hollywood Hills, and I want you to watch what we experienced as we went as close as we possibly could with the firefighters, the first responders on the ground, trying to put it out. Have a look. This is the Hollywood Hills fire. It erupted tonight on Wednesday, and now you see firefighters are very quickly trying to get in here and get water into these hoses, though they're having a challenge with that. Let's move the camera off, but you see they have been able to get some of the hoses in there and extinguish some of the fire in here, so it does not hit the structures here in the Hollywood Hills, and not too far from Sunset Boulevard. Big time activity happening here right now as firefighters are here at the Runyon Canyon Park, right at the entrance. And you look up there, you see the embers on the trees, palm trees, and in the hills. Dangerous situation here. One of many fires that are burning right now. Yes, sir, we are. And we are trying to show what these first responders are doing and the bravery going on here tonight, as multiple fires are still in very serious scenarios throughout the Los Angeles area. And you see, we counted at least 12 fire trucks on the ground here, and you could just take in all the smoke and the winds coming off the energy of these hills here tonight, as yet another fire has erupted, the Hollywood Hills here at Runyon Canyon Park. And that's just a slice of the chaos going on last night. And you see in front of you, aluminum off of the garage here on this home, a beautiful home, and it is now just burning out the night here in the 1 a.m. hour. We're going to see this structure potentially collapse, and all of people's belongings, their livelihoods gone. And that is the saddest part about all of this. In this mass population of Los Angeles County, and all the people who have homes and legacies and memories, and all of that gone if they were not able to get out what they could out of their homes or their apartments. And that is the sadness that will ensue once all this is done. But here's the thing. We're not out of the woods even close. This fire in Pacific Palisades is 0% contained, at least as we stand in the darkness. When the light comes up, maybe that will all change because, all of these roadways are blocked off. Even Santa Monica, just a mile or so, a couple miles to the north of where we're at, the PCH there is blocked off. You have to go through various roadblocks and explain, why you're going through to the police. Helicopters you can hear in the distance, and up in the air, an orange moon over the Pacific Ocean, illuminating what you can with fire in the distance. It's just the word apocalyptic is what we've heard a lot, and it's very accurate. Back to you.
And Robert, seeing all of these images, driving through this, how densely populated it is and how many homes are there. When you were driving through Pacific Palisades, what does it look like? Do you think most of the neighborhood is gone, or are there some streets that are still there? So many questions that people have, but they just can't get there because the roads are blocked off, as you mentioned.
I tell you, Craig, it's hard to tell. And I would not be giving an honest assessment by telling you anything but that because it is so dark. And, the topography here very well. It's very hilly. And it's hard to tell where the fires are burning still because of the geography of Southern California in this area. I know from, visuals I've seen in the daylight that many of the neighborhoods at Pacific Palisades are gone. They're just, there's nothing left. Where we're at, we did see some structures that were intact and their integrity seemed to be okay. But beyond the camera lens that is shooting me right now is the shell of a home. And all there is a fireplace. And then if you look closely in, every once in a while, you hear a crack and then the fire ignites once again. And that is what the roughly 12,000 personnel that are on the ground, first responders that have come in to try and help this situation, not only from the ground, but from the air. And now that these winds are dying down a little bit, we're starting to see those choppers come in, those Hueys and other vehicles up in the air, dropping all that water. We saw that last night at the Sunset fire in Hollywood Hills. And that's a good thing because they can begin the extinguishing and maybe get some containment based upon that, since the winds have begun to succeed a little bit. So what a complicated scenario, and what a horrible historic situation we're in. And all these people just feel terrible for them.
Yeah.
Robert, this is day 3 for people that have not been personally impacted, but now they've caught on to the news and they're tracking it with Fox Weather. At the beginning of this on Sunday and Monday, there were those scary scenes of people not able to get out, and that being the focus. How do we get human life saved? That was the primary focus, and there was a lot of scary evacuation situations going on. Now that we're in day 3, do you get the sense that the people that to evacuate are now in safe locations? Do you think that we've seen improvements, at least in that part of the disaster response? Are human beings in a safe spot at this point?
If I'm not broken, but I gotta fix.
It depends on where you're at in Los Angeles County and the surrounding areas. It just depends. I mean, you look at last night, for a prime example, as we were driving, through Hollywood Hills and trying to get to that Sunset fire, the line of vehicles of people trying to get out of that area because evacuations were in play was just remarkable. And, there were people literally picking up their dogs and tossing them in the back, and people with hoses on the side of the road and on Sunset Boulevard, hosing down the trees, just trying to get some moisture on them in case the fire made it down. So it just depends on where you're at. And that's really the scary part about this situation, is that, as the containment sits at 0 in many of these areas, just as we were talking, as you were asking me that question, Britta, the part of the house literally collapsed back there. You can't see it, and a bush went down onto the lawn, and now part of the lawn over there is on fire. So it's so fluid and so scary. Fires are some of the scariest disasters out there. In fact, maybe the scariest. Next to
Agreed.
earthquakes, probably.
I mean,
Agreed.
I was having a conversation with your partner, meteorologist and field producer, Jared Maloney. We were texting yesterday as he was heading out with you and your crews, and just talking about the safety aspect of it. Covering fire is very different, and if you get trapped, the price tag is much higher than any other type of disaster that we cover. Robert, before we let you go and give you a moment of respite, I did want to ask you, we've seen a lot of images of some individuals that have chosen to stay behind, which of course is not recommended, but they feel that pressure either because they're trying to save their elderly parents' home. There's so many reasons why people might make that dangerous choice. Have you personally seen that, or for the most part, what you've seen driving around in the areas that are evacuated, it's really firefighters?
Yeah, we've seen mostly firefighters at this point.
That's good to hear.
I can, Though I will say this, there's no doubt in my mind that later today, when the sun does come up, that you're gonna see people begin to try and at least try and get back into some of these areas, because isn't that just human nature?
Yeah.
You can't stay away from
You can
where your
completely
home
understand
is
it
for too long.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can,
So
and especially when you just want to try and save something.
Yeah.
Precisely. So I fully expect to see people try to get eyeballs on what potentially they have lost, or if there's a miracle, right, in a neighborhood, a home still standing.
Yeah.
It's a very, very tough thing, a very, very sad thing for all these folks. As the smoke from that part of the structure that just fell is now billowing up the hill here in Pacific Palisades.
Robert, please be careful covering wildfires so much. The safety. Make sure you don't turn your car off, because it may not start up again. Stay safe, and we're going to check in with you through the rest of the morning. That's Fox Weather correspondent Robert Ray from Pacific Palisades.
So why doesn't every
So I mean, it's at this point, it's really it's really worrying. A lot of people are worried. Some people, like the journalist that's reporting this, a lot of people are reluctant to leave their homes. And you can't blame them. Where you live and you've established your roots for God knows how long. Some people were born there, all of a sudden to just get their stuff and leave. I saw a video of a man who, they had evacuated. No, they sent a message for evacuation. And he said he was just taking it casually. He wasn't really serious about, I was like, oh man, the fire hadn't gotten to where they were. It hadn't gotten to their residence. But he didn't think it was that serious, right? So the wife had to keep coming to tell him, pack your bags, we gotta leave. When they eventually left, they drove not too far away because they wanted to observe what was going on. So they were somewhere in a Safeway or something like that, some grocery store though. And by that same night, their building had gone. He didn't take anything with him. So everything plus whatever he had in the house, everything went down with it. So we are having a lot of people like that. There was an actor who was crying on national TV, that he lost his house. I mean, can you blame him? Some of these people have had homes there for such a long time, and it's pretty much you know, uh, what's his name? I think it's James Woods. I remember him in the movie. Let's see. It was really sad to watch, though. I felt bad for him, to be honest. I'm not lie. I felt really bad. 1 second. Let me bring this video over. Let's see.
I'm 77 years old, man. I can't walk up these hills. It's like Mount Everest there. It's like, pretty steep. So, it's just I posted this on X, but Sarah was on with her 8-year-old niece last night. And she came out. I'm sorry. Just, one day you're swimming in the pool and the next day it's all gone. But she came out with her little Yeti piggy bank for us to rebuild our house.
It's sad. It's quite sad, to be honest. A lot of people have gotten quite emotional about it, and understandably, I'm praying for my friends and relatives. I don't know. I think Nelly lives in uh, in Southern California. So I hope she's not affected. I'm praying for everyone over there, that everybody's safe and taking care of themselves. Please, when they send in a message for evacuation, please evacuate. It's serious. It's very serious. It's all over the news at this time. I'm sure that people appreciate how serious it is. In fact, they're barricading. A lot of people cannot go to their jobs. I have friends who are not, they have to, work from home now permanently because they can't. They're trying to reduce the traffic coming in and out of that area specifically. So they're, having people work from home so that they don't have too much to the fire department and the police and whoever else is engaged there will not have so much to deal with. So they're having people stay back at home and work, from home instead of coming into the office and driving and all that smoke and stuff like that. There was another video I saw where as they were driving through, it felt like, my goodness, it was really scary though. If there was so much fire everywhere and they were having the cars drive as much as possible far away from where the fire was actually, where the fires were happening. But even that, the heat from that fire was getting into their cars. At some point they had to park and move their cars further away so it doesn't affect it, because some people lost their cars in the process. Some people had to abandon their cars, and look for somewhere to hide from the fires that are happening in Los Angeles. And it's happening in the main central Los Angeles, happening in Pacific Palisades, Santa Monica. Now it's spread to Ventura County. I don't know what other county, but I know it's mostly in the Los Angeles area. It's sad though. Malibu has been affected. So many places have been affected in Los Angeles. The fires have really spread and it's spreading. At some point they said they were having some difficulty containing the fires because it was spreading very quickly. It's moving at a speed of 15 miles per hour. That's how crazy California fires can be, and they're still investigating. They don't know the source of it. They don't know how it started and all of that. So I'm praying for my people back there. I'm hoping that everybody's safe. I haven't been able to reach some of my friends. I've been trying to reach them to check up on them and make sure everyone is okay. Some have been returning my calls, but some haven't. I'm thinking maybe, where they are, maybe they're not able to have access to their phones, where they're sheltering away and stuff like that. And everybody's head is all over the place. So my prayers are with those in Los Angeles, and I'm saying, I'm hoping that you guys will stay safe, protect yourselves, to those that have lost their homes. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that, to be honest. I don't know how to console people because some people have lived in their homes for such a long time. They've gotten attached to their homes. It's not easy to just leave your home like that, especially in, sometimes when things like this are happening, it feels so unreal. It really feels so unreal. A lot of loss has been recorded. It looks like a war-torn place. That's what the pictures look like. Pictures are not They are not, they're scary to look at. You know, some parts of it looks like you're walking through hellfire. Somebody said that, actually, not my words, or some journalist was saying that, because all you could see around you was just fire, fire. And I kudos to all the journalists, so, you know, making it into the heat of it, you know, with their gas mask and all of that. You know, I'm praying for all of them to be safe out there, you know. The California fires are usually like this. Sometimes, you know, because of the wind, type of wind we have in California. So, guys, I'm going to leave it here for now because I wanted to quickly come and speak on the California wildfires. And, you know, it's been crazy. I've been monitoring it, you know. I've been trying to get, you know, find out what the source is. Nobody has been able to. And the police came out and said they haven't been able to locate the source of the fires. It keeps getting worse and worse. I'm hoping it doesn't cause more destruction in LA, you know. I don't know. I'm hoping it's not close to downtown LA and all those areas. I'm hoping it doesn't spread that far. But I think it's also in Burbank. Ventura, I think Burbank is part of Ventura County, or is it Woodland Hills? Is it under the valley? I don't know. Whichever one. I think they're all the valley, Ventura, Burbank, and Woodland Hills. I hope it doesn't spread to all those areas because there's so much damage already. I really feel bad for everyone that has been affected. It's not easy. You know, it's not easy. Starting all over again. And there's the insurance companies are not going to pay you any type of indemnification. They cancel the insurance way before they even, you know, this whole thing started. And people are wondering, did they know something? I don't know, but it's kind of crazy though. And it's sad to watch everything just go down like that. I saw an article earlier that I wanted to, hopefully I saved it. I don't know if I saved it or not. Some people were talking about the fires and talking about how, you know, they did not, let me see. Mm, Yes, there was not even enough water in the fire hydrants, guys. Can you imagine? Eh? There was not enough. Oh, most of the fire hydrants were empty. It's sad though. Eh? People have lost so much. So much. The mayor of Los Angeles County, Mayor, what's her name? I think it's Burns. Her last name is Burns. Yeah, she's been going under fire since, so she's been under fire. Because she traveled when the whole fire started. She was not in California, she traveled. Eh? And California capped water recently. They cut the fire department spending. All this happened recently. And they canceled fire insurance policies just before this Los Angeles fire started. So people are beginning to ask questions, and you can't blame them, you know. Say major insurers canceled California's fire insurance months before the Pacific Palisades wildfires. State Farm, which is one of the biggest one of California's largest insurers, canceled 72,000 homeowners policies statewide in 2024, including 1,600 in Pacific Palisades, citing financial instability, okay, due to rising wildfire risk. And the CEO, Janice Harden, defended the move as necessary to avoid financial failure. Despite its impact on policyholders, the decision was part of a broader insurance crisis in California, where private insurers have scaled back coverage in fire-prone areas. As a result, the state's FAIR Plan, a last resort insurance provider, has seen its policies more than double since 2020. And they said the state plan doesn't really pay much. Do you understand? Doesn't really pay much, you know? Southern California is battling three major wildfires: the Pacific Palisades, Eaton, and Hearst. propelled by nearly 100 miles per hour winds. The Palisades fire has already scorched 2,900 acres in Pacific Palisades, while the Eaton fire near Pasadena, that's the other one, has burned 1,000 acres, and the Hearst fire in San Fernando Valley has affected 500 acres. My people. Hi, welcome, Seed. I know, right? Thanks to newsmen, they are giving him woto right now. Oh my God, cha. And there's a video, there's an interview of Donald Trump when he went on John Rogan, right? He was talking about, I'm going to find that video, I pull it up. He was talking about this fire thing, this water problem in California. Okay? Below is a list of locations where California homeowners had fire insurance policies cancelled in recent months. I think mine was also cancelled. I remember. Especially if California is earthquake, fire, and flooding. I think they even cancelled as if they knew. You gotta fear some of these people sometimes. But politicians everywhere, they're not politicians everywhere. No, they're not normal, my people. Hey, it's unclear how many of these homeowners' policies are still in effect. The reporter cited do not stipulate, but some suggest that some homeowners may be covered through September. That this is currently unclear. So right now, it's sad though. I'm not gonna lie, it's sad. Hey. Governor Gavin Newsom and the Democrat-run government of California caused insurance companies to cancel many of their fire insurance policies, with many residents of Pacific Palisades losing their policies before the wildfires. I know mine was canceled because we have flooding, there's fire, and there's what's the other one? Yeah, they canceled most of the what they say what's the word, act of God causes. They canceled it. I got a letter, I remember. I was running to myself, why are people canceling? And I pay so much money for insurance. So, hey, my goodness, this is crazy. See, burning 3 football fields per minute. It's crazy. Hey, Kenny, welcome. Sad situation. I'm telling you, the wind was main. Yes, the wind has been, they've been using, even the helicopters have been trying to get water, and do the spraying and all of that. Almost, they can only go so far. They can only do so much. And worse still, there was no water in the fire hydrants. The reason why we have so much fire hydrants is because in the event of stuff like this, there was no water. They said they diverted most of those, the water that was coming in, they diverted it to some fish, where they have some fish. I don't know. I'm going to play that video that Donald Trump talked about it. Like in Lahaina, there are reports of fire hydrants being dry. I just said it now. And thousands of homeowners' insurance policies cancelled. Look at this. God damn. Be like hair fire. Hey, Osalo boy. Look at this. Oh my God. Hey. This is scary. Jeez. Yeah. The woto that the Gavin Newsom is receiving right now, and the mayor of Los Angeles, what's her name again? Something Burns. They said she just come back. She just came back. I just got back. She was on vacation. Karen Bass. She just came back from vacation. Yeah, so the news is that they wanted to save fish. Okay. They wanted to save fish, so they diverted the water that should come, that people could have used, like filling up the fire hydrants and all of that. They wanted to save fish, so they diverted the water. This is crazy. Let me look for that video. It's crazy, man. I don't know. Oh, I feel sorry for people that have lost their homes. The tears not be here, or more. The tears not be here. I know lie to night. People have been crying. A lot of sad. I call some of my friends, say, God. Hmm. Damn. Mm-hmm. Okay, play. Let me see. Even Joe Rogan mentioned something like that too. Eh? Let me see if these people have this video. I don't want to, because I remember they were laughing at Donald Trump one time when he mentioned that like they need to, like, sweep the leaves and all of that. They were laughing at him. They were laughing. They said, "I beg, wait till Sabi." Eh? They were laughing at him, but guess what? Now is as it not is proving to be correct. Oh my show. Look at it. Look at that. Just look at that. Hmm? Hmm? Look at that. Look at the fire. This is how the fire is. Hey, Christopher, welcome. Oh. Exactly. Looks like Sodoma. It's not simply like Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what? Oh my God, the video is not talking. It's just saying. It's just saying what Donald Trump is. Oh my God, I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to find the video. Let me see if it's this one. Let me see.
Find the lowest.
Let me see if it's this one.
Have resurfaced as Los Angeles battles devastating blazes that have displaced 100,000 residents, claimed 5 lives, and destroyed thousands of structures. Clips from Rogan's podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, show the comedian and UFC commentator repeatedly predicting a catastrophic fire scenario. Speaking with Sam Morrill in July, Rogan recalled being evacuated 3 times while living in LA, with 2 homes near his burning to the ground. Rogan, eerily wearing a Los Angeles Fire Department shirt at the time, recounted a firefighter's haunting warning. One day, it's just going to be the right wind and the fire is going to start in the right place and burn through LA all the way to the ocean. There's not a effing thing we can do about it. This wasn't a one-time story. Rogan has repeated the warning on his podcast for years, notably during interviews with Darren Brown in 2018 and journalist David Wallace Wells in 2019, when they discussed worsening wildfire predictions. As recently as last month, Rogan told directors Quentin Tarantino and Roger Avery about the grim forecast, with Tarantino admitting he was afraid to even think about the threat. Now that warning feels eerily prescient. With wind gusts exceeding 100 miles per hour, fires have rapidly grown across the Pacific Palisades and surrounding areas, scorching nearly 27,000 acres. For more stories like these, be sure to subscribe to the New York Post right here on YouTube.
Lester, good evening to you. What you see behind me here is a pile of misery, and it is not unique. There are several communities and neighborhoods and
That's not what I want to play. I found that video. It's crazy. Oh, I don't know. I know. They save fish. Tell me they save human being in Atlanta. I know. Everybody don't they come. Everybody they collect now. Even the Karen Bass, all of them they collect. Karen Bass, Gavin Newsom, all of them they collect one after the other. Eh? I played the video for now. It's sad. It's really sad though. If you see people they cry too for different videos. When I see people just they cry. Hey, all their sweat just gone like that. It's crazy. And big houses, so $1 million homes. So
But let me give you one that you may not know,
Okay.
which I think you know everything actually. As
That's
a
not
student,
true.
as a student of yours, but water, in Los Angeles, you can't get proper amounts of water,
Right.
and it's unbelievably expensive. And you might have a house in Beverly Hills, and they're actually thinking about rationing water. Can you believe it?
I can believe
And
it. I used to live there.
I was in the farm court country with some of the congressmen. We're driving up a highway, and I say, how come all this land is so barren? It's farmland, and it looked terrible. It was just brown and bad. I said, but there's always that little corner that's so green and beautiful. They said, we have no water. I said, do you have a drought? No, we don't have a drought. I said, why don't you have no water? Because the water isn't allowed to flow down. It's got a natural flow from Canada all the way up north. Water, more water than they could ever use. And in order to protect a tiny little fish, the water up north gets routed into the Pacific Ocean. Millions and millions of gallons of water gets poured. You got to see this. We're driving up, and I had never seen it before. It's like Iowa. It's the most fertile land. Iowa's blessed with great land. Idaho for a potato, right?
Yeah.
But they're just, by the way, some land is good for a potato. Some land is good for corn. It's the craziest thing. I love the farmers. They're great. They're the greatest. And by the way, they're getting killed right now.
They are.
They're getting killed because of this stupid administration. But so I see this and I said, you got to be kidding. I said, you mean you have water? And I looked at it. It's like a valve in your sink, except it's massive. The thing's 5 times taller than your ceiling.
Did you know the center of California was a giant lake?
They have so much water.
You ever see what it looks like before they
No,
rerouted
I never
it?
saw that.
The
No.
center of California, like, was it 200 years ago? How long ago did they do that, Jamie? The center of California had a fucking enormous lake in the middle of
So
California.
they dumped it into the Pacific.
Who knows what they did? But whatever foolishness that they did led to the situation that they're in now.
Think of those dry forests that burned down all over
Mhm.
the world. The head of Austria said,
There is Tulare Lake or Tachi Lake. It's a freshwater lake in
Freshwater.
the southern San Joaquin Valley, United States. Historically, Tulare Lake was one of the largest freshwater lakes west of the Mississippi. Show a photo of what it looked like back then.
it's a great system.
So that's what it looked like. Look at that
Wow.
image. Now go to the
Oh,
one on
wow.
the third from the right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Oh,
was
wow.
an
What a
enormous lake
beautiful
in the
thing.
middle of California. Imagine
That'd
that.
be much more valuable
How
property.
crazy is that?
Oh,
But how
wow.
crazy is
So
that's
what
what it
did
used
they
to look
do?
like? And human beings
Yeah.
screwed that
No,
up.
they let it go into the Pacific, and then they.
I don't know
did
what they
something.
did. What did they do? How did it go
Wow.
missing?
Yeah, they drained it.
1983. Oh my God. It went dry a handful of times. Oh, it went dry a handful of times. Well, lakes do go dry, but that's a big one.
But think of
It's a
it.
big one to go
You
dry.
could have all of the water you need. All of that land would have more water. The whole thing could be like that little patch.
Yeah.
Literally, I'd say I was with Devin Nunes, a congressman, and other congressmen. We were going up. I was visiting that because they asked me to go up and visit their territory, and I did. But I kept saying, look at this land. It's beautiful, but it's so dry. And I thought they were going through like a desert, like a drought. They said, no, we have water, but it gets. So I looked into it.
What is the fish?
And I got it done. I could have water for all of that land, water for your forests. Your forests are dry as a bone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dangerous.
That water could be routed. You could have everything. Oh, not only dangerous, billions of dollars a year they spend on forest fires. And there's a case with the environment. they're not allowed to rake their forests because you're not allowed to touch it. When a tree falls down, after 18 months, it becomes very dry. It's like, like real firewood. It's bad. A tree that's up, these are all things I learned the hard way, the easy way. But when a tree is up, it sucks water. It's wet. I went to they had a couple of horrible forest fires in California. And I said, you got a lot of trees standing. Yes, they were healthy trees, sir. I said, with this intense heat, that you could see they were charred a little bit on the bottom, but they were going to be all right because they're soaking wet because they suck up the water, right? But when they fall,
Right.
they're like, it's like lighting a match.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to clean. They call it maintain your forest. So I was with the head of Austria. He said, it's a shame. I see all those forest fires in California, and all they have to do is clean their forest, meaning rake it up, get rid of the leaves, get rid of, leaves that are sitting there for 5 years. And
We'll certainly get rid of the dead fall.
And get rid of the trees that are fallen
Yeah.
that are like so many things this country. By the way,
Could you really
had it
rake the
all
whole
done.
forest, though? I don't think you could rake the whole forest.
Well, you could,
I think you can get rid of the deadfall, but raking all
you
the
could
leaves.
certainly get rid of the dead. Okay.
Yeah, I
They
think
don't
that's
suppo-
the real issue. is the deadfall.
Environmentally, they don't want to do that. They said, it's got to be nature and all this stuff. But in the meantime, this is exactly
Yeah.
right. But you could have, so it was the Department of Commerce that needed the approvals, but Gavin Newsom had to sign them. I got it all done. Nobody could believe it. It was all done. I said, I got it. You got so much water. All you have to do is sign. And that guy didn't want to sign.
Did he not want to sign because that would be a political victory for you?
I think, no, he didn't. No, I don't think so. He used to say he's a great president and we got along. We did. We actually got along at that point. But I think somebody said you just can't continue to call him a great president. They do say that. But we had it all done. He didn't sign. And then we got on to other things. And I every time I go to California, I said, you have so much water. They don't know it. I'm telling you, people living in Beverly Hills, they turn off the water. Same thing with the electric. They want to go to all electric cars, but they have brownouts every weekend,
Well, right after they made the announcement that as of 2035, you're not going to be able to buy an internal combustion engine in California.
Yeah.
Like within a month, they had some announcement asking people to not charge their Teslas because the grid couldn't handle it. Well, how are you?
I will terminate the mandate immediately. Just a
Good,
mandate.
thank you.
That will be done, I would say, in my first day, maybe 2 days, because it's
Let me
a
ask you
little
about
bit
nuclear.
Man. When I hear him, so he had said that at some point, I think even before, during his, when he was still president, when they had this fire problem in America, he came in California. He came to see Gavin Newsom. They took him around and all of that. So he made a comment. They were now laughing at him. They teased him about it. Everybody was yabbing Donald Trump, saying, what does he know? Da, 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 da. But guess what now? He has proved himself right. He said it again on Joe Rogan. So that has been making the rounds as well. Gavin Newsom has come under severe criticism, harsh ones too. Karen Bass, the same thing. They asked Karen Bass, say, so are you going to apologize for not being around? We can find that interview. The woman no answer. They say, are you going to apologize, Karen Bass, for taking vacation while your place was burning? Karen Bass just ignore. You all lock up. Like say not being there they talk to. You can bring and come. Who can see him? God. Oh more. Hey.
While their homes were burning. Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today? Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster? No apology for them? Do you think you should have been visiting Ghana while this was unfolding back home? Madam Mayor, let me ask you just again, have you anything to say to the citizens today as you return?
Hold on 1 second.
Madam Mayor, just a few words for the citizens today as you return to deal with the catastrophe. Can you take this down?
David, as you say, she wasn't very keen to answer any of your questions there. And fire chiefs are also admitting that they just don't have enough personnel to take out the fires.
Yeah, they're fighting all sorts of challenges. They're talking about a water shortage. There are reports of fire hydrant failures. They've been unable to use firefighting aircraft for much of the day due to the smoke that is billowing ominously from the hills where the wildfires are raging. And I suppose despite that political storm, this is, of course, at its heart, a human story, because we've now 80,000 people evacuated. Tens of thousands of others are on standby to be evacuated. 2 lives have been lost in the Eaton fire, which is what's causing the consequence behind us. The city's iconic landscape almost shrouded completely by the smoke. And they're really just taking it one step at a time, hoping at some stage the wind's going to change direction or to die down, and that they're going to be able to get this fire under control.
Hi. The woman has come under hot fire. Fire. See, this is like a third world country. There's no water coming out of that's the shocking part of it too. That's the shocking part of all of this. There's no water coming out at all of the fire hydrants. All the fire hydrants we get everywhere, parking, just specifically make spaces for fire hydrant, and you cannot park close to it. If you park close to a fire hydrant, you get a ticket. Yeah? Now they're looking for water to put out the fires. No water is coming out of the fire hydrant. Yeah? People are mad. Like, seriously? Yeah? See, like third world, we even get fire hydrants. Yeah? They say she went on a foreign trip to Ghana. They are demanding for her resignation now, along with Gavin Newsom. That's what they're demanding for right now. It's getting hot too, my people. It's very hot in California right now. And then, how many of you remember Patricia Heaton from, what's the name of that sitcom? Everybody Loves Raymond or whatever. Anyway, she had something to say about it as well. Let's hear what she had to say. People have been commenting and talking about it and not happy at all. It's sad. People want to lose homes plenty for this thing. The whole place, it be like a fire.
To see what's happening in the Pacific Palisades in California, in Los Angeles. So many good friends who worked really hard for years and created beautiful homes for themselves and their families. It's all going up in smoke, and preventable, by the way. I mean, we have a mayor who cut the budget of the fire department in California over $17 million. Fire is the biggest hazard in Los Angeles. Why would you cut that budget? There was no water in the fire hydrants in the Palisades. And by the way, she wasn't even in town during like fire season. A completely stupid trip to Ghana, completely unnecessary, on taxpayer funds. Maybe stop doing those trips and fund the fire department. This is what's infuriating. I don't hate California. I love California. We had 32 beautiful years there, and the people running the show just decimated the place. Drugs, homelessness with mentally ill people on the streets, crime. Our next door neighbors were burglarized there. Taxes. What are you paying all these taxes for? To see your neighborhood go up in smoke? It's so enraging that they took one of the most beautiful states, maybe the most beautiful state in the union, and just continued to destroy it. Gavin Newsom standing there with his hands in his pockets. Oh, well. I just really feel for everybody there. I really do.
That's Patricia Heath, you know. Everybody loves Raymond. Everybody's been upset, man. People, they talk, they verse. Everybody's been like, Gavin, demanding for his resignation, calling out Karen Bass, demanding for her resignation, blaming her for traveling to Ghana when it's a fire season in California. She didn't have to, and saying that she's using taxpayers' money. They cut funding on the fire department as well. They started doing diversity, equity, and inclusivity in the fire department. They have what's it called? I think an LGBT person as the head of the fire department. They're claiming that she was only hiring, women and stuff like that. They had. Let me bring that video. So I'm not just shooting from. I'm just talking. Let me just bring that video. LA Fire. What's the top person in the fire department? What are they called? Can't remember right now. Need to escape me. Let me see. You were warned a leader would have funded the fire suppression and maintained firefighting capabilities. Instead, you chose to throw the problem to the feds after the fact. This is from the LA Fire. So there's a letter from the LA Fire Department. So she's the fire chief. They're known as the chief. So on December 4, 2024, to the Board of Fire Commissioners from Christine Crawley, Fire Chief, Los Angeles Fire Department Service Impact Operations. The Los Angeles Fire Department is facing unprecedented operational challenges due to the elimination of critical civilian positions and a $7 million reduction on overtime. Now they hear overtime variable staffing hours. These budgetary reductions have adversely affected the department's ability to maintain core operations, such as technology and communication, infrastructure, payroll processing, training, fire prevention, and community education. In addition to these impacts, the reduction in the variable hours has severely limited the department's capacity to prepare for, train for, and respond to large-scale emergencies, including wildfires, earthquakes, hazardous material incidents, and large public events. Specialized programs and resources such as air operations, tactical EMS units, disaster response, and community emergency response teams, which rely heavily on VRs, are now at risk of reduced effectiveness. This report provides an in-depth analysis of this cascading impact, underscoring the critical need for resource restoration to ensure operational readiness, firefighter safety, and the delivery of high-quality public service. So, this was as of December 4. that they sent this out. So they're saying that you were warned. A leader would have funded fire suppression and maintained firefighting capabilities. Instead, you chose to throw the problem to the feds after the fact. Los Angeles mayor slashed fire department budgets months before wildfires swept city. Oh more, they're not going to let them go easy with this one. No. They are going to drag their blockers for this one. Damn. Okay. So they asked her that, let me bring the video of the mayor again, Karen Bass. Almost, she's under serious heat too. Exactly. Transition to tech. Welcome. Thank you, Christopher. Yeah, Chief. Thank you. Let me see. I'm telling you now, so we're supposed to disturb our politicians for Nigeria back to back. You see, say Obiagbena newspaper. Did you guys see that they're attacking him? They stopped his all the commercial banks because they are claiming he. Anyway, we're focusing on the fires in LA now. Today not be nice. I did Nigerian news earlier on in the day. If you want to catch it, please go and check, because I had the intention of talking about the wildfires in California tonight. So that's what we're doing. Let me focus. She almost won't enter ground. I'm telling you, they're asking her. She wasn't. I live. Oh, transition to tech. You live in LA. How are you? I hope it didn't affect you. Oh my goodness, it was a wind and fire event. Oh, wow. Yeah, I saw the wind was pretty bad. Was Mayor Bass being in town going to stop the 85 miles per hour winds that caused the fire to spread? That's true. Probably won't, but they just expect, you know how America, you know how they expect that when things like this happen, that's when you know how people can come at you. There were 2 brush fires near me. Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear that. To transition to tech. At 2 different times, they were both contained in a timely matter. Oh, good. Oh, wow. That's great. I'm happy to hear that. Wow. At least she don't come back. T-Pain will not even come back. T-Pain got to see that big. Not be T-Pain, please. We are not dealing with T-Pain right now. I don't want to mention that man's name because that place is becoming a dictatorship right now. People are being silenced. You know, they're picking up people. Oh. They picked up one guy that's very outspoken. One guy like that, it looks like an Agbero, but the guy has been very outspoken. They picked up his friend one time. Now they're looking for him to pick him up. He did a video putting it out there that they're looking for him to pick him up. There's plenty of changes to be made, but right now we need to. That's true, and they collect money to maintain the fire hydrant. Make she start to fight. There are 5 fires going on at the same time. Tell me what city is prepared. As of present, there are 4 going on. Wow, that is crazy. Time. 4 going on at the same time. Yeah, so transition to tech. That's Tinubu's name, or T-Pain. That's what we call, because all he has cost us is pain. Even T-Pain came out and said that he doesn't know why his name is all of a sudden trending in Nigeria, but he likes it. Somebody now said, should we tell him? Should we let him know? I'm telling you, that's what it's T-Pain, no. Since he entered, it's been pain after pain after pain. Yeah, Gavin Newsom was proposing to run for presidency. Let me bring this video for you guys. I kind of feel sorry for Karen Bass, though, to be honest. But what did she want to do, really? You know, what did she do? Who plans for this kind of thing to happen? But people are going to come hard on her, Sha. That's the thing, you know?
Mayor, LA County is in a panic state. It began 2 days ago with the Palisades fire. My crew and I arrived shortly after it started. And for several hours, we watched as hundreds of homes in a neighborhood burned to the ground. We did not see a single fire engine. We watched as Good Samaritans guided traffic. There was fear and there was a lot of confusion. You were out of the country at the time. Shortly after the fire started, a press release was put out warning of this fire behavior. My question to you is, what explains this lack of preparation and rapid response?
Let me just say, first and foremost, my number one focus, and I think the focus of all of us here with one voice, is that we have to protect lives, we have to save lives, and we have to save homes. Rest assured that when rest assured, let me finish. Rest assured, when that is done, when we are safe, when lives have been saved and homes have been saved, we will absolutely do an evaluation to look at what worked, what didn't work, and to correct or to hold accountable any body, department, individual, etc. But my focus right now is on the lives and on the homes.
Do you think your leadership was effective while responding to this disaster?
I just said what I believe is the most important thing for us to do right now, and that is going to continue to be my focus. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to.
Wow. Damn, it's gonna be a rough one though. Damn, you know, it's gonna be, people are really coming hard on her, Karen Bass, and Gavin Newsom. They go here and move. I'm not gonna lie to you people. There've been people, there are people who don't like Gavin Newsom. As much as, people talk about, oh, he's done very well for California, blah, blah, blah. And people who don't like him, and for Karen too. Now, all the creepy crawlies will come out and start firing from all cylinders. Do I blame them? I don't. Now, waiting, it's the fires that have brought all these things about. But honestly, what could she have done? I know they say she was on vacation in Ghana. Was it vacation that, a normal thing? So, I mean, it's like you taking a vacation from work and then come back and stuff starts to happen. Even though you're not the one in charge, right? Directly, you're not the owner of the company. No, I mean, how can they really hold you accountable? The only thing is they will just put your feet to the fire and say, while you were in Ghana, jollophing, your house was burning, why didn't you stay? This season, there are always fires, blah, blah, blah. That's what people are saying, I'm telling you, see, after he gave T-Pain Man of the Year, I'm telling you, the man, what I suspect? That guy, Felix Morka. Felix Morka came and he was greatly embarrassed by that Wimbai girl and is it Ayo? Ayo and Wimbai, they really called, focus on the issues. And T-Pain and his people, they don't like the truth. They don't like people calling them out and telling them as it is. So what we're beginning to see in Nigeria is a lot of silencing going on. They're picking up people and they're silencing them. This guy has come out now and has cried out. Let me see. I think I saved this video, even though I said I don't want to talk about them, but we're still going to focus on the LA fire. But just a quick detour. Let's do a quick detour. I hope I saved the guy video. Man. Oh my God. I don't think did I save this video? I thought I did, my people. I don't think I saved this video. I just saw it and I was like, what is going on? Eh? Meanwhile, what's going on with the UK Conservative Party and Labour Party? I heard they're trying to cover up the gang essay of some young girls. Eh? That's what I heard, though. I can't find the video right now, guys. If I do, I'll bring it here. But the guy like put a video out saying that they're looking for him. They came to his place of work looking for him. That is, if that does not bother you, I don't know what else will. They're trying to silence voices in Nigeria so nobody can speak the truth anymore. You know how disturbing that is? While at the same time, T-Pain is trying to clean his image with $2.7 million. Eh? Through lobbyists, trying to pay lobbyists in America to do that for him. That is disturbing, no? That is cray. Eh? We will rebuild. Yeah, World Cup soccer comes to LA 2026. Oh, really? Next year. The Super Bowl comes in 2027. The Olympic comes 2028. The world won't believe this even happened come 2026 when we are all bright and shiny. Amen to that. Transition to tech. Amen to that. Absolutely. I agree with you. LA, California has the money. But it should allow water flow freely, sha. That one about water not being in fire hydrants is not a good thing, sha. They need to do something about that. This might be before Man of the Year award and wants to use the award to get favor from, that's a possibility, okay? That's a point right there. That's probably true too. The only thing is to pray that the wind will subside so that the fires can stop. Yeah. That's the thing. That wind is really the one that's causing the problem, because I saw that they were, even as much as those helicopters were getting water and spraying, they were only able to do so much because the wind was really like moving the fire so fast. So they were overwhelmed in the process, And this one that they cut the budget for, I hope that they bring back the budget now. So it's going to bring about the conversation about cutting the budget, and then insurance. A lot of people that have lost their homes and the insurance canceling months before, that's a problem. That's a problem. Yeah, that water issue has to be resolved. There's no way around it. It has to be resolved everywhere, since they know that this is some of the major crises we have in California. We have to make room for it, There's no reason why you should have a fire hydrant and there's no water. No. People trying to use the fire hydrant only to find out that there's no water in it. Hey, God, I beg. Nah, that didn't look good at all. It has to be resolved, absolutely. They have told her what to answer, right? In the upcoming, I know she's going to have to do interviews. They're going to ask her questions, It will just be an opportunity to kind of press her even more. In a way, I feel sorry for her, to be honest. I really do, because if you look at it, was it really her fault? What could she really have done? Even if she was around, it would not have stopped the wind from, exacerbating the fires. It wouldn't have stopped it, right? It's just, when you are the mother of the house or the father of the house, the caretaker, the responsibility, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. That's what we're seeing playing out, because everybody's now coming at her. And Gavin Newsom. They are the father and the mother, you understand? So when places have fire issues, you have to have a very robust fire plan so that this is true. You're right. I'm sure they've, learned from this. I'm sure, a lot of changes will happen after this. That's one beautiful thing about America. It's not like where we came from. It's not like where we came from in Nigeria. No accountability, nothing. How many times when they had flood, where would that flood take place? God, nothing in place. People were donating money till now. We don't know what they did with that money. Dam, they know that the dam is broken. They need to fix it. Now, even with the fact that the flooding has subsided, they're not going to do anything about the flood. They're still going to leave it the way it is. That is the crazy thing about all of this. Eh? She was on official business in Ghana. Okay. Okay. Discussing trade and commerce. Wonder if she was in France or some other place. Would it be charter? Transition to tech. Your head did here. You have a point. Absolutely. Would there have been a Yep, that's right. Because the way they're saying she was in Ghana, like, hello, Ghana na place, and people love to go to Ghana. What's your problem? If Nigeria, if we get it together, a lot of people are going to be going to Nigeria. Because Nigeria is a place to be for a lot of people. Eh? So yeah, the way they've been saying this Ghana thing, I'm beginning to I'm beginning to suspect, is there more to this? What's wrong with being in Ghana? Right? And since she was in an official capacity, they can't really blame her. It's not like she was on vacation, you know. Yeah. Trade and commerce, very important. Ghana is a very important country in the world. Yeah, they better know that. The problem is that the fires were not expected during this season because it's usually more in the summers. That's another thing, because it's supposed to be cold, wintry, right? Because it's still cold right now. So I don't think that they were expecting the fires to be be as wild as it became. It's just unfortunate. I don't know. I think that something positive is going to come out of this. At the end of the day, there's a reason the fire cleanses, whatever it needs to cleanse. Although there is some conspiracy theories around it, people have their own, stories and all of that. But, California is going to come out better and bigger. That's one thing about California, man. It's going to come out stronger and better, even with these fires. I just feel sorry for those. I hope that the government can do something for those that lost their houses, even though some people are like, yeah, if it was the poor people who lost their houses, would they make so much noise? Because I remember when the fires were happening in Hawaii, they didn't really focus attention on the poor people that lost their homes. They're focusing on the sort of, it's a whole big thing that happens during that time. So exactly, the money don't enter voicemail now. Who is remembering that one? Remember, people were donating billions, millions. They should ask the governor, what did he do with the money? The people that were displaced by the floods, how did he sort them out? The dam that keeps breaking, have they fixed it? It's not another rainy season again. They'll be saying, oh, hey, and so that they can use your position to take money. And it's not as if they do anything for the people. They don't. They're not going to do anything for the people, right? So, I'm praying for those in California, those in Pacific Palisades, all the areas that have been affected. I'm praying for, that everything, it kind of works out for them, and I hope that the government sort of can step in, because not only the big houses, the wealthy people that got affected, there are people who, are, they are not Hollywood stars, regular people, I hate to use the word regular people because everybody's regular. Everybody's regular. So, there are people who are not they don't work in Hollywood. They're not Hollywood actors or actresses or anything like that. But they also live in places like that and have been affected. I'm hoping that the government can do something for them. Some people who have saved money, put money aside. Some people have lived in those areas for years, only for it to just be gone like that. It's not funny, Hey, Mr. Saji, welcome. Oh, welcome. Yeah, I know. What's even going on in London? I'm hearing that the Conservative and the Labour Party people, something about covering up the essaying of young girls and stuff like that, not wanting information to come out. What's up with that? Man, I see Kemi Badenoch stepping up. I told you guys, that girl is going to make PM of London. You people think, so that girl will be like, go become PM, like joke. If you don't like what she said, no cuckoo. Now waiting go work for them. Neither they not be like Nigerians. So be say, are you from my tribe? You are not from the none of the bullshit that they are doing in Nigeria with politics now. Kemi Badenoch is gonna get there, man. Thank you very much, Mr. Soji Jagun. Thank you. She caught funding. KJ Videos, hi, welcome. She caught funding from the fire service and changed the water policy, even when the danger of that was pointed out to her. Yeah, I read that actually earlier. Yeah, there's that. I read the letter that was put out, and on top of that, people have lost, policy. It's crazy. It's sad though. It really is sad. I feel sorry for those who have lost their homes. The hard earned, built a home. Some of them built it, some of them bought it, put money into it to bring it up to, the desire property they want to see. So it's sad. See, T-Pain for don't go see Macron for France, chill out. Therefore, they show us video of how T-Pain, they sing spend my chop my money, we take a Peter and Paul song. Therefore, they sing am for T-Pain. When T-Pain, you go they sing, you go come they chop, you come they do that in dance when they dance. As people, houses go they born. Hey. Thank you very much, Jagun. Yeah, thank you. I feel a lot better. Yeah, still working through the congestion, but it's a lot better. Thank you. I appreciate that. Exactly, right? We'll soon hear. We will soon hear. Exactly. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. It's really sad though. Not sure why firefighters don't have enough water to fight the fire. It's a very, I don't know. I really don't know why they were being, what are they doing with the water? Water is for use. That's the question. Water is for use. What are they doing with the water? Why are they hoarding it? They said it was for one fish like that. So the question is, what were they doing with it? Let me show you guys the map of all the fires. Let me see if I can find that map. Let me see. You saw apparently there were people who refused to evacuate. Oh, there were people, they put out the evacuation. Some people refused to evacuate. Isn't that crazy? I'm telling you, they've made politics to enter this thing. I don't know if California will turn red. Oh. I don't know. Because you have to remember, California is an immigrant state too, heavily too. I don't know if it's going to turn red. I mean, fingers crossed. I don't know, to be honest. Maybe transition to tech can tell me more, tell us more. But I wonder what she thinks. Transition to tech, if you can hear me, please, what do you think? Do you think California is going to turn to a red state? It go hard. It go hard. I don't know. It go hard, to be honest. Okay. Make she become PM and deal with. In fact, that's what that's what I'm craving for. See, the blessing you read my mind. That's what I'm craving for. I say, make Kemi enter, make it deal with T-Pain. It go sweet me well. Because she did her face say she go fit deal with T-Pain. And something in me, it did her body, I can feel it. Now that one I want, may it deal with T-Pain. If you feel enter. I'm rooting for her. Oh, forget, I'm a Kemi Badenoch supporter. Go and hug Transformer. Oh. I'm rooting for Kemi Badenoch. It was in Nigeria that woman did. They're not gonna let her aspire like that. They won't. So I'm rooting for her. Abemona support her. And also now the verse say she talks some kind thing. Even myself, I know obviously I really too like the way she present her. But I beg, we will support her. We will not verse. Lily, long time, Lily. How you doing now? Welcome. Oh. Thank you. I appreciate how you day. How's everything with you? Eh? Good to see you, my sister. Thank you for stopping by. So let me see. So they put out a message. They said, okay, if you're going to die, die. Congressman Adam Schiff issued a stern warning to those in a fire evacuation zone who chose to not evacuate. So, hey, look at this picture. My goodness, look at this aerial view. Lord have mercy. The place is red. Let me bring it for you guys to see. Hey! Wow. We're going to get out of it, California. We're going to pull out.
Just want to say candidly, we are not through this by any means. We keep seeing these fires pop up in different places. We may see more before this is over. If you're told to evacuate, then get the hell out. You might think you can outrun a fire. You are not going to outrun these fires. You're just not. The way they are moving, the unpredictability of how they're moving, the swiftness with how they're moving, you are not going to outrun these fires. If you stay, you're going to die in them, and it's not worth it. So if you're told to evacuate, get the hell out. Save yourselves. You can rebuild because we are going to rebuild. I just want to say, candidly, we are not through this by any means. We keep seeing these.
Okay, it's just replaying itself again. Man, that is crazy. You see that? That one I showed earlier. Did you see how all the houses were all on fire? Look at the map. Well, this is just a micro version of it. So the places that are affected: Hearst, Eaton, Pacific Palisades, and I don't know what area in Los Angeles. No, I don't think it has gotten there, but I know it's gotten to Ventura and Santa Monica. Eh? Now, wow. This is the Pacific Palisades one, the view from Pacific Palisades. Let me see. Look at it. Oh, more. The thing was growing. Even entered the Pacific Palisades Charter High School, the Getty Villa. Wow. This is crazy. Oh, hey. California will come back strong. Let me see. I live about an hour north of a fire on the coast. This is an important map from California Fire that helps you understand the location. It's not all of LA, as the videos on the ground make it seem. It's good for a little perspective on the location. Okay, this one is just. Okay. Man, look at this. Red. Anyway, California go come out strong. Oh. Look at these views. This one is 2,900 acres. More devastating images from the Palisades fire. An unknown number of homes and other structures have been lost. The fire was last mapped at 2,900 acres, but is likely to be much larger. Hey, look at this, my people. See us everywhere red. Eh? Yeah. Look at it. It looks like Pacific Palisades was heavily affected, though. That's what it looks like. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. I'm glad to hear that, Lily. Glad to hear that. Welcome, my sister. I think that is a begging strategy for the hope for a new Nigeria to look to Mrs. Badenoch to somehow rescue Nigeria when she's. We're not talking about her rescuing Nigeria, Mr. Jagno. That's not the point. We're just saying I'm not. Nobody's paying attention to her to come and save Nigeria. We know she cannot. There's no capacity. We're just messing around. I'm just saying the reason why I'm low key supporting her somehow in my own mind, just doing some being mischievous. I'm hoping even if she wins, she use style to show maybe when he's coming to visit London, refuse to meet with him, that kind of thing. So it's not as serious as you're putting it out. We know that already. That's this is not news flash. As Nigerians, we already get that. When nobody's looking to anybody to come and save Nigeria. And we are not begging her. We are not interested in begging her. It is the APC people that will likely go and beg her, but we are not begging her. In my own mischievous mind, because I'm rooting for her to become a leader in the Conservative Party, I want her to win, right? But at the same time, in my own mischievous mind, I'm like, maybe when this man comes, to just don't even give him any time of day. That's that kind of thing I'm talking about. So it's not as serious as you put out there. Okay? We know she's going to have her work cut out for her. No, that goes without saying. That's why they hired her to do the work. But still, I'm still in my own mind saying when she gets there, any opportunity she gets, she should bulala Nigeria some more. That's what I want. Doesn't mean that she has to do it. I'm just saying. Okay? It's not that serious. Okay. Doesn't have time to rescue Nigeria. We just want her to ruffle. That's it. My own I'm like, just ruffle their feathers small. Like when they come London, maybe they can't do all those their healthcare things, come hospital. Just say no. We will not allow people from third world, put it that way, put people from specifically countries in maybe even a shithole joiner in Nigeria to come and utilize our services when they deny their people of. I see her as somebody that will do that kind of thing. Not that she will go out of her way, but something will happen that will trigger it. That's what I'm hoping for. See it, we go there, we go there, laugh. We go see, yes, enter them. Any small thing, when any opportunity to deal with Bulaba, carry go. By the way, her father is a nationalist, is a Yoruba nationalist, conservative. Apparently, her father was one of the people that is part of the Think Yoruba First, that kind of thing. So, anyway, that being said, my people in Los Angeles, even Gina. You guys know Gina Yashiri. She's a comedian from the UK, but she moved to LA, and I think she has a house. I don't know where she has, whether it's Pacific Palisades. I'm not sure where she has a house, but she also lost her house, and she came and she did a video saying that she lost her house. She was thinking of coming to LA, and all of that. She said she's been crying, and stuff like that. So that's there. So to everyone that has lost their home, so sorry. We know you will rebound, you will bounce back. I'm sure that the state and the federal government is going to try and do something. But these insurance people that just cancelled policies is suspect. Kind people just cancel policies, and then before we know what's happening, these kinds of things are happening. Doesn't make any sense. So and people pay so much for policies, and how much do they even pay out anyway? With the policies, they don't really pay so much. At the end of the day, it's not everybody that they pay out for. So anyway, guys, that is it for me tonight. let's keep those that are affected by these fires in our prayers. Let's send them good vibes, and wish them well. We're here, we're California strong. As a California person myself, I know that we're going to come out of this stronger than before. We're going to rebuild this. When you see the same places again, you will not recognize it. Better believe that. You will not recognize it. We have the resources to do the needful. The only lesson I think that the leaders in this case should take away from is to ensure that there's water in all the fire hydrants, no excuses. And, where they've been talking about diversion of water, maybe they should find a way not to divert the water, because water has been a serious issue in California. We've had drought for some time and all of that. But please, let the water flow. Water is meant to flow. You people should stop diverting because of one fish, kunkulu fish, that somebody will catch and fry and eat and roast and eat. Please, think about the human beings in the state. And also, that the funding that was cut for the fire department, they should bring back the funding. They should revisit that. Okay, and I hear that the what's it called? The fire department is in need of men in the fire department. That's what I heard. Like, they need men with the height that can jump, and all of that. So maybe the people who really can be of service should be hired, and not, it's not everything that everybody can do. I'm not here to say anything more than that, but you guys get my drift, because that also has been in the news. Like, they're not hiring the people that really ought to be doing these jobs and stuff like that. So anyway, that's that. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful evening. If you're cold, if you're still going through winter where you are, well, everybody's still going through winter, really. But I hope you keep warm, and make sure you don't fall sick. Oh, me, I hear there's a bug going on in the air. I don't know. Some bug is moving around. Don't let the bug get to you. Please take care of yourself. Keep yourself warm, and don't look for trouble. So, and keep your head on a swivel. Okay, I've been meaning to say that. You guys, keep your head on a swivel. Be attentive to your surroundings. Don't be caught off guard. Okay, Lily, my sister, thank you so much for stopping by. Good night, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Oh, Transition to Tech, thank you very much for your input. I really appreciate it. Mr. Soji, thank you. Sid, thank you, my brother. Long time, Sid. You don't tell you can't give us your analysis and all of that. So we always look forward to hearing from you. You'll be our professor for here. So it's been a while, but we appreciate you finding the time to stop by when you can. Kene, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Kene, I did that video earlier. I know you sent me a video. Thank you so much for that video you sent. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so I did a video about it earlier. So if you haven't seen those, you can catch it on my, other live content. You see it there. And KJ videos, thank you very much. I appreciate you all for stopping by. Christopher, thank you. All right, guys. Good night, sis. Thank you. Transition to Tech, thank you so much. Thank you. Good night, Christopher. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Everybody stay safe. Oh, yes, so that one honestly, everybody stay safe. Honestly, that's very important. All right, guys, I'll see you on my next one. Bye.